Damn it, I realised I don't think I shared the audio again and I've just done my intro. Alright, hello everyone, it's Jeff. A bit of a change of plan today. I was due to be holding Asterix stream. Unfortunately, Hissy's not really feeling up to it today, so we're gonna postpone that to next week, and I'm just going to have a sort of just an open hangout. Now, I've got a couple of people in the back already, so I shall just bring in Julie and One Ring. How are you guys?
Hey.
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Hey, Ring, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
I just realised after I started that intro that I forgot. I'd share the audio again. So.
That checkbox is way too small.
Yeah. Yeah, right, just to say, I have sent the link out in a couple of groups into a couple of people.
Yeah.
Just be aware, I sent 2 links out. Go to the second one. I realised I sent the wrong one out. There was some previous broadcast there that I need to actually delete off my StreamYard a bit later. Yeah. So go to the second one I sent. So how is everyone today? I guess it's morning where you guys are. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's quite excuse me, it is quite early. But it's fine. I've been up for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, anxiety is fun.
Indeed. I don't think it's been a good week for some people at all, is it? So,
yeah, I'd have to say no. Not the best week.
No.
But it's all right.
I'll actually be able to finish Les Mis in time for part 2. You know.
Woo!
Oh, okay. Hey. So you're not doing media musings today then, or?
No, I am. I'm just changing the topic.
Okay, you got an idea for a topic today, or?
Oh yeah, I had Skyrim as a backup.
Cool.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's another one I don't think I know much about. I enjoy coming on your media musings ones, but I felt a little bit like I don't really want to just jump into things I do not know anything about. You know.
Well, part 2 of Les Mis, which is hopefully going to be next week. We're going to see how Hissy feels, but it's it's the bit with the actual revolution. So
cool. That sounds cool. Yeah. So just say we've got a few in the chat today. Dave's there. Morton and Linda are both there. So it's good to see you. Hopswatch, good. Always good to see you. Demon Orb. I think you just think's just subbed to my channel. Welcome, Demon Orb. I've not got anything really planned for this whatsoever. I just thought let's just have an open hangout and normally if the situation is normal. See, this is like early afternoon for me. It's normally about the time I go out to the pub on Sunday. Now, although the pubs have reopened, because I'm immunocompromised, I don't think I'm going to go near the pubs. I just don't think
probably a good idea.
Probably not a good idea.
Thank you. I'm rather fond of you, Jeff. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'd like it if you stayed okay. That'd be great.
Yeah. So it's probably and I'm not necessarily keen on all the booking to go in and there's obviously it's good that they've reopened and that there are rules they've got to abide by, and it's that, which is a good thing, but it also is, I know, is going to kind of kill the atmosphere a bit as well. So
well, they opened in my city. They opened all the restaurants, and some of the restaurants chose not to. They chose not to open, or they would only do like outdoor seating, which they were very smart about that. But a lot of places just went ahead when the mayor and the governor said, reopen, and they did, and then we had this huge spike in cases because that's what happens, and now they're all shut again. So I think the last I read, they were all shut again, except for takeout and stuff. You can some of them are doing that.
Most places are still open here. It's just there's a city ordinance where if you're going to be in a building in public, you've got to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a city. We have a similar ordinance here, and that's nice.
And the way this one is if the business lets someone in without a mask, the business gets fined. So that puts the the onus on the business.
Okay.
Oh, good. Well, a lot of our businesses, I think the onus is on the individual here, but our businesses, like, they won't let you in without a mask.
Ilya, I'll just say, if you do feel a bit more awake in a little bit, you're welcome to come in, and I'll just say so. I'll shoot you the link. I see Hops watches in the chat. I did DM the link to you, Hops, and I also sent it to your group as well. So I've kind of got a rule that if I know you, or if someone else in the call in the chat here, Ring or Julie, whoever's in here knows you, you can come in. I'm not letting people I don't know in, or if you're not known to anyone else, because of something that happened to me before. And I think Ring was in the chat when that happened. And I made a.
No, I was in the actual stream.
Yeah, you were in the stream, weren't you?
Yeah.
Fun.
So I've kind of got rules about who I let into these things now. Yeah, Ilya, I'll send you the link. Just give me a second. I'll send it to you on Twitter, really, because I don't really do Discord, so
yeah. I do a bit of Discord, but it's mostly games.
Yeah,
I can't keep up with Discord. I have access to so many people's Discords, and that's so nice of them, but I can't keep up. I always come in, and it's like I'm looking at comments from 3 weeks ago, and there's hundreds more, and I can't.
Hissy, no worries. You do what you need to do to get yourself better, okay? And just chill out and whatever. We just take all the time you need. We're all thinking of you. Hopefully we'll be able to recommence as normal next week.
And I know you're usually the stern one, but you take care of yourself.
Yeah. Send some hugs Hissy's way, guys.
Yes.
I think she needs it at the moment. So
also, she likes adorable things. So if you just spam her on Twitter with cute gifs.
And Ilya, welcome.
Hello. Good morning.
Hey, girl, what's up?
You can tell I need more coffee.
I do. Dude, I do too. And now that I'm in my kitchen because I had to plug in my phone, I might just turn right around and make some.
Yeah.
I'll just mute my mic if I do that.
So, Ilya, can we discuss then how? See, I was watching your channel last night, and I had visions of Mama Atheist and Bad Tempered Badger doing backflips at one of those videos. Apparently, it turns out The Last Jedi is actually a really brilliant movie. It's just that people have been Mandelaed.
It's Mandela effect, right?
Yeah.
Also, apparently, we're prophesying. So the message in the chat was deleted by Hissy being a wonderful mod.
Don't listen to
Yeah.
That was
I missed something. That sounds interesting.
That guy. I think that guy was a Poe personally. But
Jesus is Lord. I am not a prophet. I am a queen. I am the queen of gynocracy.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a joke. So back a while back, there was a who I don't know how to describe him. He's like an incel, a really extreme incel, where he literally hates women.
Oh God.
And he said that myself and the other women on the Uncalled For, which is on the On Network, they do a women's show weekly. He said that we were all a part of a gynocracy, and he said a bunch of stuff about me and how you know, it doesn't matter that I'm educated. Who wants me because I'm educated? They care about how I look, and no man is going to care about how educated I am. They're only going to care about how I look. So it became a running joke afterwards that I was the queen of gunocracy, and it became this running joke afterwards.
Is that our mutual friend you're talking about there, Ilya, by the way?
It is. It's the one that you and I agreed we would never talk about again.
Yeah, we the reason I don't really talk about him, I mean, in a certain way, he's a debunker's dream, because you can literally do less than 5 minutes of research and debunk this guy's claims. But I think the reason we just all kind of is just, I know obviously the iNetwork at the time, and I think I just sort of followed suit. So, he's not worth talking about. He loves the fact he loves it that people were talking about him. To him, it made him relevant again. And so we're like, we're not going to give this fuckwit any more attention. He's more than he deserves. But he is an absolute asshole. He's absolute big like incel MGTOW type. But he also just plugs at just about every conspiracy theory that.
Yes, he's not just that. He's also a flat earther. He is also a big believer in the Cabal and Illuminati. He is a big believer in Cafe 19 being a hoax.
Yeah.
And so he's one of those. But he's also
it's a wonder he's still single. I mean, what a catch.
He claims to have a girlfriend.
Women, totally credulous. Why?
He did a whole video on just why women should not be fat. And that was a whole
I just realized, because some reason he's right down the bottom of my screen for some reason. Let me try and get somebody in. What is going on with StreamYards here? Okay.
Or
Hopswatch, how are you? Sorry, have you been there long?
No, I haven't. A minute or something like that, so no problem.
Okay, no worries.
Hey, it's nice to actually see you. I've never met you outside of being like in a side chat together.
I think you're right. Yeah. Hi, Julie. I don't think I've met Ilya before neither.
Hi. No, we have not.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. I've met Ring. Hi, Ring. Always a pleasure.
Hey, Hops.
Thanks for letting me in, Jeff.
Yeah.
No, you're always welcome here, Hops. You know that. What do we have? Let me full screen Hops a second if I can.
Ooh, that looks yum. But it's too early. I'm still straight lining coffee.
What do we have here?
It's before 8 a.m. here.
It's local to my town, and it's a light beer, which is aged on whiskey barrels.
Oh, nice.
On American whiskey barrels. And it's brewed on not only whiskey barrels, but also lava rocks, heated lava rocks. So that does something to caramelize the malt somehow. And that's
interesting.
It's also a sweet flavor to it. Only it actually sounds better than it is. It's okay, but just because you mix beer and whiskey does not. I mean, even though beer and whiskey are two very good things, together they don't necessarily get better.
Right.
I want to put that out, but it's okay. And now I've got I got it as a gift from my brother. He was just dropping in a week ago. So, and he brought us a present. So. Thought it was a good occasion that you had a live stream. What are you having, Jeff?
Oh God, I'm just having Peroni.
Really?
Yeah.
How appropriate.
Yeah.
It's a theme.
I'm having the tea of Arizona.
Wonderful.
I'll just say, for those who aren't familiar with Hops, I know most people who watch my channel know him, but one of the things he does beer reviews, as well as but also you do a bit of atheist content. And I sat down with some live streams for you where we were like having a bit of fun with this. Should we call it a documentary movie with this Danish cult leader?
Yeah.
So-
A documentary made by a Danish cult leader. His name is Torben Søndergaard.
The Christian sorcerer.
Yes, exactly. And we are.
For those who aren't aware, I'm using that. He doesn't call himself a Christian sorcerer. I call him a Christian sorcerer.
That was so exciting. I'm kind of bummed that's not that he didn't take. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He speaks in tongues an awful lot, but he's not very good at it. From what
his tongues game is so weak. Distilled water is stronger than it.
Oh my gosh!
Really, it is. It just goes.
Nerdy, behave.
Irish cult leader.
Math Pig is never a cult leader whilst he's with Mama. I'm sorry, she's the leader there.
Yeah, I think Hopswatch. I think your volume's a bit low.
Okay.
Yeah, you are coming in a little low. So
let's see if I can fix that.
I see a punchy in the eye.
Oh wow! Major burn from Hissy.
What did Hissy? Sorry, what did Hissy just say? Or if I?
Oh, I can't see the chat. That's maddening. What'd she say?
His tongue's game is so weak it doesn't get ring drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, calling me a lightweight is an insult to lightweights.
Hissy wins the fucking internet.
Yeah.
You just won the internet today, Hissy.
Yeah.
I'm so excited because in a few hours on Sit Down with the Bunkers, we have Julie LaVoice and Junk Shop coming on. And it's going to be a fun time. And if you haven't seen our show from yesterday with Team Skeptic and Digital Demonic Davros debunking the Mandela effect, you guys need to watch that because Team Skeptic teaches us how to use breast pumps, and it is brilliant.
That was great.
Team Skeptic creases me up.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
It's not a breast pump though. He has coined it the breast ejaculator.
Well, this is kind of what I like what you're doing with your channel there, Elliot, you and Punchy doing that. Because obviously, like the creepy show's a bit more light-hearted, isn't it?
Right.
A bit more fun, light-hearted. Let's knock some stupid off of its perch, kind of thing. And obviously, equality is a bit more serious discussion. So,
well, I can kind of share with you guys some things behind the scene. That we have 3 more shows coming now. The Stupidly Creepy show and Equality, I guess, are kind of my babies. Those were my concept, my ideas, my design that I put together with. So the Creepy Show was mine and Punchy's project, and we created that out of the fact that there's always people debunking flat earthers, debunking Christianity, debunking this, debunking that, but who's out here debunking all the woo outside of Jen's little corner? So we decided to take on all of that woo and creepy conspiracies, and we do those, and that's a specific set of conspiracies that we decided we were going to go into, deep dive, debunk, and have fun with, right? So we do everything from vampires to Bigfoot to Illuminati and Cabal to yesterday we did the Mandela effect. Right? Cool. Thank you, Hissy. But equality was a passion project of mine. I do see shows out there with people in groups debunking things like incels or debunking MGTOW or debunking all of these other extreme versions of inequality or discriminative mindsets, right? But it's always point and laugh. I didn't want to do that. I did not want to platform. I decided that with equality, we were going to platform the people who needed voices and not platform the people who were being discriminative and being assholes and being that, we were going to platform it a different way. And our platform was going to be, we're going to give voices to the people who need voices. We're going to ask the hard questions to help paint the picture of what it really looks like and means for our audience to give a better understanding. And with that, we created the Teespring Equality line, and that we've been donating. So if you buy anything from the Equality line, for 2 weeks we sent all the profits from that was going to the trans .org charity to help out with trans. And then we're also going to be doing other donations with our Equality line. We're going to be helping out with Black Lives Matter. We're going to be helping out with other LGBTQ plus charities. But starting tomorrow at 9 p.m., we're going to have a weekly DERP news show where some other people on our channel are coming together to create like a point and laugh news show to talk about things that have happened in the week prior that are more point and laugh. So, there are things like that are coming up. Then we have Let's Do It with Mr. Victory, and that's going to be a Monday through Friday, middle of the day show, open panel discussion for people to come in, debate, point, laugh, have fun on different topics. And then we have Poop in a Can. So Poop in a Can is an idea that the guys came up with. So the guys at our channel have called it Poop in a Can because he said most of the time when you get a bunch of guys together, they're shooting the shit and it's just a bunch of poop in a can. So
pretty much.
So that's going to be the guys show where they're going to, their set has a pool table and guitars and a beer keg and all kinds of, man cave-ish type stuff in it for them. So it's going to be a men's talk show. So sorry, I didn't mean to go on for so long. I just kind of wanted to give channel updates
right.
over here.
I do like
Fair enough.
Thanks, Sissy. She's doing kind of Dave's job at the moment. She's chilling everyone out and Hops. Yeah, and I'll just say, if you are not subbed to anyone in anyone in here, whether that be Hops, Julie, Ring, or Ilya's channel, go and sub to them. So you go and sub to them before you sub to me, quite frankly. So,
right, could we have some links? I don't think I don't think I'm following Julie or Ilya.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Ilya's is in the chat. I mean, Ilya's is in the
and Julie's is now in the chat.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you so much for Hissy. I imagine did that.
There you go.
Thank you.
How's my
Thank you.
How's my sound? Is that better?
Yes. Yeah.
I used the onboard microphone in my camera for some reason. No wonder it wasn't working properly.
Yeah.
I've done that. And ended up with 8 minutes of silence at the start of a video. It was horrendous.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. It's so horrible.
This is Ilya's channel, by the way. Sit Down with Debunkers.
I'm subbed to that now. I wasn't aware that was her channel. But
yeah,
cool.
That's
a good channel.
Yep, and you are chasing 500 subs. So if we can get a little bit step closer towards that today.
I think listen to me. We are 35 away from 500.
Oh, come on, guys. Yeah, let's make that happen.
Yeah.
And what did it was equality. Our last two equality shows. Well, the person we had on our last equality episode, Jeff Scoop, he came on our show, did our show, and then was on CNN that night, and then did another broadcast on a podcast the next day with a YouTuber who has almost 20,000 subscribers. And on CNN and on that podcast, he shilled out that he was on our show. And literally since then, we've gained 300 subscribers.
Wow.
Nice.
I was going to say, because like about a week and a half ago, so you were like, you were below me in terms of subs, and you've just like left me in the dust. So
Yeah.
Well, it was that, and when I look at our analytics, you know how it tells you the sources that you know your subs are coming from. Ours has other on there because he's put that the link to that episode on his website, so people are clicking on that link and watching the episode. That's our number one episode right now, and he is coming back too on August the 23rd because we were not done with our discussion. The audience had more questions. I had more questions, you know, so.
Yeah. And absolutely, Hissy's just done it right. The Critical Cripple is the shield master, and like she's barely even worthy to apprentice. Yeah, go sub to Dave as well. I mean, this is the funny thing. I'm sure both myself and Julie can testify. We're probably on Dave's channel more than we are on our own.
Yeah, probably. I think I'm gonna be on there tomorrow morning.
It's great.
Oh,
it's such a fun, but it's like. So I'd love to do something like that, but then like something along those lines on my channel. But then it's like, actually, Dave, I can just turn up on Dave's and have all the fun. He's got to do all the work. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Punchy's in the sidetrack negotiating a collab on building Legos.
Yeah, a Lego building contest between T and Danish.
Oh, dude, be careful. Linda's gonna, she's gonna likely whoop your ass.
I think it's specifically Morton and Punchy.
Okay, well, Morton's
that.
quite good at the Legos.
Punchy just said, "Don't use your yoga ball while you're horny."
Ironically, I think that's the clip that made Dave go viral a little bit.
That was a great.
I think Math Pig clipped it, didn't he? And it was just like, oh, that was
It was that moment of when we heard the horrible, you know, he falls out of frame. You hear "ouch," and then it's like, sorry if I just yelled in everyone's ear, but "ouch" very loudly. And then a moment later, we hear laughing, and then everybody just lost it. We all started laughing because, you know, if he was laughing, he was okay. Nothing was seriously interesting.
I didn't really start laughing until I was a bit concerned. It's just when he finally got back up and they got a chair for him, and he holds his thing up and says, "It popped." That's when I lost it. I just lost it at that point. It was so funny.
Oh God, that was good.
I
mean, not that I.
The real ISS only costs whatever the CGI software cost, right? Punchy is someone you need to have on here because he is so flippin' funny. Yes, I know I'm his girlfriend. Maybe I'm a little biased, but still, he is like truly one of the most witty and funny people I've ever met.
That's some like wonderfully dry wit there in the chat.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I've got to step out for like 2 minutes or a second. Sorry, because my Crohn's is playing me up a second. So we'll just keep talking about shit. I'll be back in like 2. But Ilya, if you do want to shoot Punchy the link, he's welcome. So yeah, I just got.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry, my Crohn's is playing me up. I need to take painkillers. So be back shortly.
Yeah, Crohn's is awful. Ty, guys, what do you want to Okay. I got laid off Friday.
I heard.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm free. I was furloughed. Yeah. And the cool thing about that is that we still had our health benefits, health insurance, and you know, and I could collect unemployment. Now I'm laid off with a severance package, which means my unemployment benefits go away after this week, and not this coming week, this week, and my as do our health insurance benefit. So freaking out a little bit, probably why I've been waking up at 4 a.m. last couple of days.
But all the best. Unemployment sucks.
Yeah, so much.
Yeah.
And what really, the worst part about it, I mean, I've been laid off before, and just it's stressful and it's awful, but you find something else. What's the worst part about this one is I really loved this particular job, and I had the best boss, and I had teammates that, I mean, I like one of the guys is in my D&D group, not Rings group, but my IRL D&D group. Yeah. And he's running a module right now, and it's just, it's rare that happens. That doesn't always happen, in a work environment. So
yeah,
it's just kind of a bummer right there. But anyway, I'm not trying to bring everybody down or anything like that. Just sort of want to say America, as we all know, does not have enough social safety nets. And what the COVID-19 situation is really showing us is that we need more of that. And we also need to change kind of how we do business, because I'm a technical writer. There is no reason why I can't work from home. Absolutely no reason. As long as I've got an internet connection and my work computer was here, and when that was here, that's a great computer. Like, it's way better than our janky laptop that causes all the junk shopping.
If I could just say something here, as
Please.
a Scandinavian and indeed as a Dane, social safety nets rule, and the extra tax that you have to pay is totally worth it.
Happy to do it.
And even though I am on minimum wage, the equivalent of minimum wage we have here, I'd even pay more to get more. I would.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
In my opinion, the cost to function within a society should be borne by the society.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Feel free to steal it.
Yeah, thank you. I might.
Yeah.
But I mean, and the thing is, like, I like to work. It's good for me. Yeah. It's very good for I'm not saying, I mean, there are certain jobs I've had that I hated, but absolutely. I've had some shit jobs, hated them. But it's good for my mental health to have a regular routine, even if that commute is just coming, downstairs, making coffee and sitting down at the table with a computer and writing for 8 hours. I can do that. It's great. That's fine. But that kind of structure is very good for someone like me. And so these last 4 months, I know they've been rough on everybody's mental health. They've certainly been rough on mine. And finally I started seeing a therapist again, which has been very helpful. And now on Wednesday, I'm going to have to tell my therapist, hey, I just got laid off. This might have to be our last session, because you're $120 a session. Yeah. You're worth it, but I can't afford it now. Sorry.
I know exactly how that is.
Yeah.
I've been in grief counseling because I've had a lot of loss this year. And
I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I would recommend therapy to everybody. I don't care if you have a mental problem or not. Therapy is nothing but beneficial. So if you can afford it, or if you have the means of having some therapy, get some, because it really, for me, it's extraordinarily helpful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was literally, I did it years ago. The first time I did 2.5 years of cognitive behavioral therapy. And that was the scariest and best thing I've ever done for myself.
Yeah.
Walking into that office the first time was terrifying, because you're so vulnerable. You feel like you're walking in to sit with a stranger naked or something. It's really weird. And except that would almost be preferable, because you wouldn't be. They're going to be asking you questions about your life and your trauma and your emotions, and it's scary. Yeah. But it is absolutely the best thing that I ever did for myself, and I'm the same way, Ilya. I recommend it to everyone. It doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't. There shouldn't be any stigma attached. I know there is. There shouldn't be.
No. Never.
Yeah.
Godless Scummer says he'll be back in a few.
Yeah.
He'll be back shortly.
He'll be back shortly.
I do have a question for you, Hopswatch.
Yeah.
Your shirt says Napalm Death. Is that any relation to Napalm Records?
I'm not sure what Napalm Records.
They're like
is.
heavy metal. They're like a production company that does heavy metal and stuff.
Oh, right. No, it's the actual name of a band, and it happens
really?
to be one of Jeff's favorite bands as well.
Okay.
It's a British band.
I don't think I've heard of them. I'll look them up.
Oh, you should. They were a pioneering band in the style of grindcore.
Got it.
Cool.
So definitely check them out. That's fantastic music.
I'm back, and do you know this guy, Ilya? I'm not. Do we know him?
I don't know.
Punchy. Hello, welcome to the channel.
Yeah.
Hey, Punchy.
Yeah.
Morning.
Why are you quiet? You're never this quiet. What's wrong? No, you're not really that quiet.
And I checked, and I did a quick Google, and unfortunately, for those of us who like irony, Napalm Death is not signed to Napalm Records.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was so hoping because I was like,
yeah,
that would be perfect.
Why in
Right.
the hell would a label called Napalm Records have a name that indicates the death of them?
Yeah.
Fair, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll just show what shirt I've got on then quickly. Then
Nice.
I love,
Cannibal
Nice.
I
Corpse.
love Cannibal Corpse.
Oh yeah,
probably
Junk
like
Shop
that.
loves Cannibal
You'd
Corpse.
like Napalm Death then, Ilya? I've seen Napalm Death a couple of times, so they sort of started the whole British grindcore thing, which sort of preceded death metal, I suppose. But
I like your shirt too, Ring.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just rocking some old school Pink Floyd.
Oh,
right
that's
here.
good.
Yeah.
That's my favorite band of all time, Joe.
Oh,
yeah.
they're so good. They're so good.
So
I'm just
Napalm
wearing
Death's my second most favorite.
I'm just wearing a tank top and it's black.
That's okay. It's hot
Oh,
where
black
we
is
are.
good. Black is good.
Yeah, black is
I
fine.
think
Punchy and I are both big metalheads, so we could go on and on and on about music till the cows come home.
Oh my
I
gosh!
actually-
Hey, when Junk Shop is on with you later, Ilya, do or don't get them started at your peril. When it
Okay.
comes to they love metal, and I unfortunately am just not that into it. Like I like it when they play it. I don't mind it, but I'm just not that into it. And so it's
no.
yeah. So
I-
feel free because they almost never get to talk with anyone about
well,
metal.
I think I've got. I think I have a stream idea here now. If we can get this sorted out, because
Yeah.
this is something I've been planning amongst some friends of mine of doing a big metal quiz. Now that was just something I was going to do
Oh.
privately between some friends of mine. Now, obviously, if I do it on YouTube, I will not be able to do any guess the song things because of the just copyrights.
Yeah.
And so on. But
Right.
You do know that Sarcastic Barman had a big, huge music quiz for 3 weeks, and I won it, right?
yeah.
Awesome.
This sort of thing, we need a metal specific one, and I just realised we got Junk Shop, Ilya, Punchy, Hops in the stream. It's like, I see a plan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
I mean,
could be good.
we don't need the music. I mean, we can. A funny little thing could be to just read the lyrics, and you have to guess band and record.
That'd be a good.
You can only guess one of them. There's only 1 point, and if you can
Because-
guess two, there's 2 points, or maybe even 3 if you get both of them right.
Yeah.
And because when it comes to like, I listen for the music and guitars and all that, but a lot of the bands I listen to, I don't know what the hell they're saying.
Neither do I. And I mean, that could be especially fun if you got. Whoever can hear what any death metal band actually sings, and the funny thing could be to read the lyrics, to actually dive into them and appreciate them, and well, then if it's getting difficult, you can get some options to choose from.
Oh, that reminds me. What is the name of that guy that we follow, Punchy? I can't think of it off my hand. But he did death metal in the version of like Taylor Swift and stuff. Where he-
So if you guys haven't heard of him, Steve Terraberry.
That's
He's,
it.
he has a YouTube channel, and first off, he's a fucking amazing guitar player. But all of his videos, he has I'll just go to his channel here and read a couple of titles off. But he has one called like How to Be Death Metal, where he kind of like makes a fake death metal band, or not death metal, sorry, How to Be Power Metal. And really, he should have called it How to Be Dragon Force, because it's like Dragon Force. But he just has like a quick little how
I
to
love
do it.
Dragon Force. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
And he has a whole bunch like and he has one How to Be Ed Sheeran and one How to Be Green Day, and I think he does have his How to Be Black Metal, I think. But he has a whole bunch of random stuff, and it's fucking hilarious.
Ring seems like really left out in this conversation right now.
Yeah, when it comes to metal, it's pretty much mostly the older stuff, and then some of the operatic.
Yeah,
metal.
and that's what I enjoy too. Like what I learned when Junk Shop and I were dating, and I was getting exposed to all of this metal, was of various different kinds. Yeah, that they were playing at me. No, not at me, for me. They was that I became so impressed with the sheer musical skill. You have to be hardcore talented to do metal. It's so fast.
There's a band I really, really love, Solution 45. They are not a large band. They are, as far as being out there in the community, but they can do everything from melodic and put you in the mindset of like a Slipknot, where it's a little bit less hardcore. Because I think Slipknot's not that hardcore. I mean,
not so.
Yeah, but then they can go all the way. Like his voice is so transcendent because it can be very melodic, very soft, and then he can go into screaming and just that deep.
Sounds like Mike Patton.
That deep growl, and it's amazing. But if you ever get the chance, look them up. And
what was their name again?
Solution.45. They're actually a Scandinavian metal band, I think.
Yeah. And Hissy is shilling the bands that we're talking about.
Nice.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you.
Found them.
That's B. Thank you.
But
I have a sexy accent, she says.
But
damn it, they're from Sweden. Then I don't like them.
Oh, Sweden. Sorry.
Wrong word.
I'm just being obtuse.
Oh, and
I just because my intro gendered up for me is a little bit metal, and I just realized I did the intro and I forgot to share the sound. I'm actually just going to play this quickly. I'm just going to remember to because we were looking. We were looking things through intro things for me. Right now, this should play now. Sounds a lot better with music, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Did
anybody else look at that animated mosh pit with like hard nostalgia just now? I normally hate crowds and loud places, and I was watching that and I was like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah, not really. The only concerts I went to growing up were like contemporary Christian.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Can you even call that a concert?
See, now this is one thing that I've never understood when you talk about contemporary Christian music. I've never gotten this. Why is Stryper seem to have a mainstream following amongst metal fans? I don't know why.
Oh my god, because they're the Yellow and Black Attack. I don't know. Fucking. Sorry, I don't even know if we're cursing. I don't know, man. My brother. Now my brother is still. I'm the only atheist. My brother's Christian. and he has loved Stryper since he was like 15. Like he had the "To Hell with the Devil" shirt. Has seen them in concert. He and his wife saw them in concert like last year. I mean, it's a deep, hard love for Stryper, and to the point where, you know, I know a bunch of their songs just because we grew up together.
Yeah,
and they're not terrible. They're not a terrible band. They're just they're rocking hard for the Lord, I guess. I don't know.
There's one I begrudgingly kind of like. Mainly, I like the riff to it, but then when Michael Sweet starts singing, I've just like turned off by the whole thing, and it's just Soldiers Under Command. The riff is fucking excellent, but then he starts singing. It's like, oh,
yeah. I hate the. I don't mind his voice. I hate the lyrics. They bug me, but yeah, that is one of their. That's a good song.
It's a band where you can actually understand what they're singing, because I know of them, but I have only heard the very short clips from the guy with the radio voice, the beautiful radio.
Steph Andrews.
Steph Andrews, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
He's my brother's name.
The name just escaped me. Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. Steph Andrews. He had them on one of his podcasts, or rather, one of his talks. And that's the first time I ever heard of them. I think I looked them up just once after that, just to hear what kind of music it was. And indeed, I mean, they are talented musicians. It's not my style. It's too soft for me, frankly. But I can understand why people would like the music. And a lot of metal music can be difficult to. It can be difficult to understand what they are actually singing, and you can shut it out. So, considering that, I can understand why people would be fans of that. If they can like, I mean, what do I know? John Bon Jovi. Why not Stryper?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's like, you know, they do all right, and it is not. That's not an easy career path, professional.
I could have been. That was one of my favorite talks Steph Andrews ever gave, actually, and it was about the whole thing about how kind of like mainly Christianity, but like religion takes stuff from popular culture,
steals everything.
So he started off with like hair metal bands, like, you know. Yeah. Oh, we can't have you listening to like Motley Crue or, you know, Quiet Riot, anything like that. Here's the soft Christian alternative.
And they even have their own version of like Debbie Gibson and shit.
How could Quiet Riot be too hard for anyone?
Yeah.
I don't know. Welcome to America. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I knew about them because I used to own an LP with them, but when I went to Ireland to live for a period, ended up not being very long. It's a different story. I sold off all the records that I didn't want, so that I wouldn't have so much stuff to need to handle. One of the things that went away was my Quiet Riot album. I heard it once and thought, "What the did I buy?" But it was bought used. It's not that I paid a lot of money for it, but that was just just stop fulfilling.
I feel the same about some like Def Leppard albums. I used to own. Like,
oh my God.
I never understood that as well.
You guys are bringing back weird memories from middle school for me right now.
Are anyone of you?
That was the one I remember the most.
I have to admit, I have a soft spot for prog rock. Do any of you know about the British band Haken?
Oh, I've heard the name, but the name's familiar, but I'm not sure if I've listened to any of their stuff or not.
I really like them, and I mean, prog rock can be too much, become too much of, I mean, just difficult technique and weird rhythm patterns and all that, and they've got all that, but I actually like the music as well, not least because they have an element of jazz to them, which I think is really cool. I don't think they combine extremely heavy heavy metal with jazz, I've never heard anyone else do that before. So
you're speaking my language with that. There's a band you need to check out called Tesseract, and
they're good.
They're brilliant.
How do you spell that?
Tesseract.
Tesseract, good one.
Yeah, like the space game.
Yes, and but their song Juno is so flippin' amazing. Hexes is amazing. Honestly, they're in probably my top 5 favorite bands because they do that. They have so many different changes of tempo and rhythm and everything all throughout their music, and it is brilliant. It is a masterpiece, in my opinion.
Funny thing is, Napalm Death does that a lot too. They, I had them suspected of being the people actually taking over from bebop jazz. Not really, but it's a funny thing to say. And they have a lot of very quick shifts in chords and rhythm, which are actually pretty advanced for a band that started out as a punk band, just making noise. One of my other favorite bands is Faith No More because they are so versatile.
I love Faith No More.
It's I mean the thing that brought them out to the whole world was when they changed their lead singer, wasn't it? I mean, it was only when Mike Patton became their lead singer that they really kicked off.
Yeah, Hissy.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ilya declared a shill war.
I think actually, sorry, Ilya, you got there about a second before Hissy. I didn't realize.
You want to talk about U.S. and music weirdness among religious people in the U.S. When I was a kid, and I was looking for music, I'd go into I'd look for tapes to buy, cassette tapes, yes, and okay, for you guys, for younger people, these are those things that are shaped like this, and they've got the ribbon that come out, and you had to twirl it back in with a pencil. Anyway, okay. So, no, but one of the, the first time I saw a Faith No More album, I actually recoiled because I thought, oh, is that bad? Is that like devil music?
Is that devil music?
Yeah, seriously, because like you're raised. I mean, I was raised Catholic. Ring was raised. I want to say Pentecostal. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Pentecostal.
Yeah, so I mean, we were like, it was serious. Like there wasn't light religion in our household. It was serious. It was very serious, and you did not, unless you were like near death, sick, you did not miss church on Sunday. You did not miss catechism on Wednesday nights. You did all of that, and so anyway, just to pull that in, and also I remember the first time I heard REM talking about prog rock. I fucking love REM. I heard first time I heard "Losing My Religion." I didn't know that was just a saying. I was like 9 or 10 or something, and I didn't know that was just a proverbial phrase. And I thought, and I actually got scared for Michael Stipe. I was like, he's gonna go to hell. I was terrified for my.
Oh my gosh. I have to read this from the chat because it is so brilliant. Punchy, what is going on with you? Morton Nielsen said cross puncher leopard because he had asked Def who. He said playing drums without being fully armed is impressive. And Punchy's response is, that's strange. I always have a few guns on me when I play drums.
That's wrong on
Damn it, Punchy.
But
I actually will say though, in what Morton said though. Yeah, Rick Allen, that is pretty damn impressive drumming. What he, I'm pretty sure he actually said one. He said one of the funniest lines I think I've ever heard someone say once, and it was like, "I'm young, I'm successful, I play rock and roll, I have women that all around me, I have a lot of money. Most guys would give their left arm to be me."
Hey, think about it.
That's funny.
But anyways, how more fundamental Christians, like for instance, certain Catholics, evangelicals, Pentecostals, which fall under the evangelical umbrella. View pretty much like you can't access media produced by the outside culture because that'll lead you away from God. It's of the world. It's demonic and evil.
Right.
So,
or what you are allowed to access is very closely monitored. Sorry,
Yeah.
just throwing in
yeah.
the caveat. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
There are always border cases. So, of course, since their kids are essentially media starved, we get these, blood washed, quote unquote whitewash, quote unquote blood washed or whitewashed Christianized versions that is safe.
Mm-hmm.
Amy Grant.
Oh,
I had the biggest crush on her. And that would not have gone over well.
or the Newsboys.
Oh my
Oh
god.
Jesus!
Have you guys ever
Fuck's
seen that
sake.
episode of South Park where Cartman makes a Christian band?
No, I missed that one.
I've never seen any South Park.
It's one of those shows. It's one of those shows that, in my opinion, it's gone downhill in the last 5 to 7 seasons. But it used to be really good. But yeah, they had an episode where he has a bet with one of the other guys to make a band and sell like 1 million albums or something. And he's like, yeah, if you just make a Christian rock band, people will buy it. All you do is take some pop songs and change the lyrics from baby to Jesus.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
That's how
pretty
Amy
much.
Grant got it. She did the opposite, and that's how she got one hit on regular charts.
Sorry, I'm
with
back.
Baby. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm back. I had to take a Riley. So
Well,
Ilya and Punch, you know what that means.
Yeah.
Yes.
Julie,
Unfortunately.
did you hear about the time Amy Grant sued Marvel Comics?
Oh
No.
no. Why? No.
Because an issue of Doctor Strange featured a picture of a woman that she felt looked like her.
oh my Jesus!
That was it? Likeness rights?
Yeah.
There's a lot of white brunettes, Amy.
Hold
I
on. Yeah.
hate to tell you that. Holler right
Hello,
here. But
me too.
yeah.
Well, I'm brunette with some red and some purple,
Yeah.
but still.
I've got some blue highlights at the moment because I dyed it. But yeah, I mean it's
I'm
She's-
committed. If we get to 5,000 subs, I'm gonna do a face reveal on camera.
oh wow.
And I'm going to wear a Speedo.
Oh no!
Oh
Oh,
god.
no, that's not for me at 5,000 subs. I'm just
That's-
saying, when I'm
that's
done
not-
here, we'll wear a Speedo.
It's not necessary.
Okay.
Save that for 10,000, Punchy. All right.
I wouldn't mind him in a speedo. I mean, like,
Oh,
I've seen him when he was-
there are Speedo bathing caps.
oh, geez.
Oh,
So you're saying I should just wear a bathing cap and screw the bottoms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Scummer,
There you go.
I'm sharing
Oh.
the image of the cover in question.
Okay, hold on. Let me just.
No.
okay. See,
What?
I-
Seriously?
I get why
Yeah.
she identified with it, but B, again, that could be any chick of European descent, or even not necessarily European descent with dark hair.
But yeah, I think if I remember right, the main issue was the background image looked like one of her album covers.
Oh.
Okay, well.
Right.
Well, she wanted to pay a lawyer to do that. Whatever.
Yeah, well, and of course the thing is, Doctor Strange is even the Christian kids that are allowed to read comics, Doctor Strange is the one big no.
Yeah.
Why? Because of the witchcraft and sorcery, or
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
And actually, I think that's why that's Junk Shop's favorite Marvel character. I really do. I think that was just a big rebellion on their part. I have 3
Okay.
Doctor Strange bobbleheads behind me.
I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna ask. I don't know who's in the chat. Bit of tea in Danish. Only 130 subs. I think we could get her up a little bit more, don't you guys?
Yeah, that is criminal.
Sure
You are
thing.
criminally undersubbed. Linda's
Actually,
amazing.
I hope I am.
Oh, 132. They're one sub behind me.
Woo!
I'm so.
Yeah.
I love Linda. She's so
Yeah, I
sweet.
do too.
Yeah.
She's very sweet, and she's a fellow Dane. So
Yeah.
Hopswatch. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm
What
subbed. I'm
knows
subbed.
that?
I've got the bell rung. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll just share it on Twitter right now.
Thank
But-
My
you.
little bit.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why most of my edited content is basically me railing against the culture of censorship in the evangelical community.
Yeah, and I grew up in the 80s during the whole satanic panic nonsense. So
Yeah.
the funny, very brief, like 2-sentence anecdote that I love is that I was not allowed to play Dungeons and Dragons as a kid.
Yeah.
And and
That's
now I
funny.
do that a lot, and I'm a DM a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And my dad, the person who originally didn't let me play D&D because he thought Wizards of the Coast were actual witches and wizards,
Oh,
which is hilarious. Yeah, now he plays D&D because one of his
Ah,
grandsons got him into it. Yeah, so
But-
people
Wonderful.
change, we grow.
It's a good game, and I played it I played it back then as well. And there was actually a now famous bit on Danish news about some priests here in Denmark who wanted to dissuade young people from playing the game as well.
Yeah.
So we felt a wee bit of that. I mean, it even came here to super secular Denmark. Yet it was something that we just laughed off, and nobody really cared. But that little bit in news has been repeated a couple of times because it's iconic of the time and the age somehow.
Well,
Yeah.
also, Julie, you're probably well aware, but the satanic panic never ended. It just stopped being mainstream.
Fair. That's actually no. You're absolutely right. It did not end among. There's still a lot of my siblings are all extremely religious, and they're lovely people. Well, two of them are lovely people, and they're awesome. But they are extremely religious, and they do censor the crap out of what they let their kids see and do, and it's just, and the only thing I you know what, that they're the parents, that's their business. I can't really, but the nice thing is one of my nieces is really into manga, and so one day
how the hell did that happen?
the internet, baby. So she came over one day and we watched Death Note together, and I kept looking at her and I was like, am I going to get shit for this from your mom? And she was like, no, I'm not going to tell her. It's fine. And I was like, all right, cool.
Right.
Except I just said it on the internet, but there you go.
Well, it's
Julie,
funny too because I
Jesse just said there.
We really should get together one day and talk about the difference between UK, Europe, Catholic. Oh, yes, we should. Yes, we should.
Yeah.
Talk about the difference of Cathol between the two of us. That would be great.
But yeah, all growing up, all anime was viewed as inherently demonic.
Yeah.
Have you seen how big their eyes are in anime? Yeah.
It's that right to left writing. We just don't trust it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
God does not read left to right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Apparently
Hey,
not. Well, he does read Greek, I guess, or he wrote in Greek. That's read from left to right.
I'm
Oh,
just hopping off now. I've got things to do before our show in about 4 hours, and I've got some things I've got to do around the house before that happens. I could sit here and talk to you guys all day, but unfortunately, laundry calls. And
Oh God, I should do that too.
Well,
But-
Ilya, yeah.
Why'd you have to
Ilya,
say that, Ilya?
you're always welcome on this channel, Ilya. So
yes, and we are planning a 500 special. Once we hit it, we are so close. But I've invited Godless Scummer to join us because he has been such a support to our channel and such a good friend to the channel. So No, definitely.
I think I've been on a couple of times now, haven't I? I think I've done the creep. I've done the I think one was planned, and then one I jumped in last minute on one of them on the creepy show. I think, didn't I? But
yeah, we had a guest who couldn't make it, and I'm like, "Hey, are you busy? Can you come on?" And like within 2 hours, he was on the
I'll tell
stream.
you, Ilya, you're lucky actually because you sent me that DM through Discord, which is not the best way of getting hold of me. Just lucky that I happened to be looking at Discord that day.
I know. But love to you all, Julie. I will talk to you in a few hours.
Yeah, I'll catch you then.
I hope to see you guys in the side chat for that. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
See you, Ilya.
Bye.
But yeah, like when it comes to like, you know, fantasy and such, you know, with Christians, it's very much a catch-22 because if you delve into other religions for for inspiration, it's inherently demonic. But if you delve into the Christian mythos with anything other than complete and utter sincere respect and, you know, and proselytization, then it's inherently blasphemous.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, they had issues. Yeah, my parents back then, they had issues with any kind of books that had magic in them. This was way before Harry Potter, but yeah, like any fantasy books. And so they were starting to get upset because I was like reading Piers Anthony, you know, which is so, I mean, it's written for kids basically. So, but I had to pull up the papal notice that had, not pull up because we didn't have the internet back then, but I had to cite for them verbally the papal notice that was put out that there was no longer a censored book list for Catholics. And they had to yield at that point, which was kind of amazing.
I guess you read a lot of secular Marxist literature, didn't you? Because there's absolutely no magic in that.
No, not until college. No, sadly.
Fair enough.
So were your parents like even the Chronicles of Narnia is too far?
No, that was okay because those were written by Christians.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
weird,
right. So Christian magic
sense.
is okay.
Oh yeah, Christian magic is fine, and they also liked it because Aslan is basically Jesus.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
yeah, who are catching this reference? What is your name, son of Adam? Vivian. Who gets the reference?
No, I don't get the.
Vivian,
I don't get
Vivian.
the.
Okay, I'll just continue that wee bit then. Would you like some Turkish delight? Not in particular. Have you got some kebabs?
Young ones.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I thought so when you said Vivian. I was like, that sounds like a young ones thing.
Yeah. But
you guys, I mean, I know Hissy would be familiar with it, but Ringy, is she showing you the young ones at all?
No, I don't recall.
I think I've seen like one episode. They used to be hard. That show used to be hard to get here, but it's probably uploaded.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite series. Not just comic series. It's really my favorite series of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just packed. It's just packed with silly jokes all over the place. So the context is they are playing hide and seek, and I mean they are four dudes. They are four stereotypes basically from the 80s. There's a hippie, there's a yuppie, there's a punk, and there's an anarchist. So this is the punk, and he's pretty violent and out of his mind.
I've never quite figured out.
If I was a punk man named Vivian,
well, he's kind of a combination of both.
Yeah, he's kind of a combo of punk and metal. He's a bit weird in that respect, but
yeah. But he hides in a closet, and it leads to Narnia, of course. And that's basically the kind of humor. It's just full of references to pop culture. Like that, and it's brilliant. I mean, at another time he enters the same cupboard and he comes in, and there are three witches saying, "Oh, hail MacVivian, Thane of Corridor." So they managed to even put Shakespeare in there. It's brilliant. It's absolutely
fantastic.
I think
I'm gonna get going here. I got a couple things to do as well. But
okay.
Thanks for having me on.
In, Punchy.
Yeah.
Bye, Punchy.
Yeah.
Bye, Punchy.
All
right, Punchy.
But yeah, like I can never get the ones that are so strict that like even Narnia is too far.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you realize that is the most Christian allegory to ever Christian since Pilgrim's Progress, right?
Yeah. Yes. It Christians so hard. I got to be. My parents were so proud of me. I did this community theater kids thing in the little town I grew up in, and they were so proud when I got a very small part in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe that they did that winter. And I mean, they were just, they were thrilled. So yeah, that you're right. It's the most Christian thing to ever Christian, that book. And
since Pilgrim's Progress.
Yeah, since I would agree. God,
yeah, Pilgrim's Progress does Christian harder.
Very good.
Oh, it Christian's harder, and it's so hard to get through.
Yeah.
Hops, I've got one for you. I shall write to my MP. You haven't got an MP. Then I shall write to the lead singer of Echo and the Bunnymen.
Yes, brilliant. You don't have an MP, Rick. You're an anarchist. Oh, right. Then I'll write to the lead singer of Echo and the Bunnymen. I think my favorite scene of all in that series is the scene with the TV detector man. Vivian, eat the telly. Also, that scene, the funniest line in the whole series appears in that scene, which is Mike, the cool person, the yuppie, who says, "Rick, suicide may be a great hobby, but I wouldn't do it for a living."
That's really good.
You hardly need the context. It's just.
No, I'm gonna have to find the young ones now.
I do like the one where he's like,
it's all on YouTube.
When he's taking a load of pills and said, can you commit suicide by overdosing on laxatives?
Oh dear.
And
Viv,
that sounds like a painful way to go.
Oh yeah. Can you actually like kill yourself with laxative pills? I don't know, Neil, but I'm gonna stay and find out.
There was some. Oh, go ahead.
And hissy about Dante liking a word. One, Pilgrim's Progress was written after Dante, so you could say it was the most Christian thing to Christian since Alighieri. Two, I wouldn't say that as much because the Divine Comedy is very much just a self-insert fanfic. Meanwhile, Narnia and most of the works of Lewis and Pilgrim's Progress are specifically written to instruct and proselytize.
Yeah, absolutely. And to indoctrinate.
Yes.
Especially with Lewis, you got to get them while they're young, right?
Yeah.
That's another one of Tess Andrews.
By the way, I think Hissy dropped that you're an Aloha Low fan, actually. But
yeah.
Before we go there, though, Ring, as we mentioned in Young Ones, and we were talking metal earlier, Hops, how familiar are you with Bad News?
They did show it. They did show the movie, whatever you want to call it, back on TV in the 80s. Shortly after they sent the Young Ones. They've sent both on Danish TV on different occasions. I think they only sent Bad News that once, but I remember it as really, really funny. And one of the things that really got to me were all the actual metal bands, Scorpions, Motorhead, a number of other bands telling the journalists what they thought of Bad News, and they all thought that they were absolute scum. And
well, I can tell you, only one of those musicians was actually in on it, and it was Lemmy. He was actually the only one. Well, because remember he'd been on the Young Ones. He knew. He knew the guys.
He knew the guys. He was friends with them.
Yeah. To give people some context, there was a series called The Comic Strip Presents, and it had 3 of the 4 members of the Young Ones: Rick Mail, Nigel Planer, Ade Edmondson. It had Peter Richardson, who was the only one who wasn't in the Young Ones, and they did this like fake documentary following this like struggling heavy metal bands rounds or whatever, and who were just awful and whatever, and the humor. Unfortunately for them, that this thing came out, and unfortunately, about a month later, this is Spinal Tap came out.
Oh,
and it's kind of killed Bad News in its track. But I'd say musically, Spinal Tap were better, but Bad News was so much more funny. It's so much more.
Oh yeah,
Bad News Tour was so much more funny than This Is Spinal. And I love This Is Spinal Tap. Don't get me wrong, I love that movie, but Bad News was even funnier.
Yeah,
they were. I remember specifically Lemmy. He was, I mean, and they censored what he said, and it was just like, I think they're beep and they're beep beep and beep 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 when they beep, and it was just like that. The whole thing he said, you never actually, you hardly ever heard a word that he said. It was all censored out.
The Bad News album was really hilarious. They actually did an album a few years later, and
I want that album now.
Yeah, well,
I want it on vinyl.
To be honest, there's less music in it than comedy, because a lot of it is all like the Bad News recording sessions. But like when they're doing their title song, "Bad News" or whatever. And they're all going through their solos and whatever, and they're like the lead singer sing out on the drums, Spider Web, and it's this really awful drum solo. Then you get to on the bass, Mr. Colin Grigson. He's like do do do. It's just real, and then he gets the rhythm guitar. Den Dennis. It's like Den, yeah, Den, it's your break. Oh, sorry. And then finally it gets to and on vocals and lead guitar, Wim Verwegen, and it straight away cuts into Led Zeppelin's Whole Lot of Love, like it's fucking brilliant. But the actual serious music bit of it was done by Brian May out of Queen on that album. He collaborated, but most of it was just comedy. It was really funny.
Cool. I didn't know that he was involved.
I'll send you some clips from it.
Yeah. Do that. I want to watch the whole thing.
I'd play them on here, but I think we get a copyright strike.
No, don't do that. Anyway, Julie, if you're really interested in the Young Ones, all of it is on YouTube.
Nice.
And I even think it's channels affiliated with the BBC who have leaked it there, so it's hardly even illegal to watch it there. However, it's never in very good quality though. So
yeah. But it's an older show, so that's part of that.
It is.
You can watch it there, but obviously, if you're on a stream, I'd be careful about sharing clips because
I would be too. I wouldn't share it on a stream neither.
Myself and Hissy, I was on a stream on Hissy's channel. We were just having a little bit of we were having a little bit of fun waiting to go into Ring's stream one day, and we were trying to play some Yes Minister clips, and we tried to break them up, and it was fair use, but YouTube still bloody struck it, and it was just.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous because it was well within fair use. But
the same thing happened to Jay at the Nevermore Tavern.
Yeah.
He would do those music breakdowns, and they were so good. And he'd keep the clip like really short. I think right at 30 seconds, and it totally fell within fair use. And then he got a copyright strike, and his video started getting pulled. So he had to. I think he had to quit doing that bit. I might be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. Everyone watching this right now, that might not be true at all. I just do remember him talking about getting the videos pulled.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's going on with YouTube because obviously a couple of weeks ago, for those who don't know, one of mine, Hissy's Asterix streams, was struck twice in one day, and it was really frustrating.
For which reason? I did notice that.
Well,
was that because you showed pictures from a comic book?
We don't know. I mean, it was on Hissy's channel, so she'd be the one probably who could explain this better. But then it did happen to me as well, and it said it said to me when I got it, the whole thing on my channel was community guidelines thing. But within a day, I got it reinstated. But it was just we don't get it.
Someone said the German N-word.
Yeah. Well, that's what we think happened to mine. But with Hissy's one, it was really like we didn't say anything controversial at all. It was just really annoying.
I mean, Hissy thinks that you guys have a flag troll.
You might.
I was thinking that, but I know there's one or two people. I know I've got one or two people who don't particularly like me in the community, but are not above doing that. But I wouldn't want to make accusations against anyone unless I know for certain. But at the moment, you just don't know with YouTube because like the iNetwork's been hit a couple of times.
And the prevalence of bots as well is an issue because it's not always human eyes on the thing that are sending the initial strike, and then that's why it's always good if you're a YouTube creator. It's always good to fill out the form, do what you have to do just to get it investigated, because then an actual person will look at it.
Yeah.
Wasn't specific, but we knew we'd get it back. We got the stream back. It was just very annoying.
It's rough. I mean, we do spend our time and so, making these things, and it's frustrating when they get.
I find it very strange, especially when we're actually effectively reviewing a comic book, and apart from one or two of the artwork caricatures that Hissy and I've touched on before, which are problematic, pretty harmless children's comic book, and we're getting struck. We're getting struck on that.
Well, that's why I only do stuff that's out of the public domain. I'm not suggesting you change what you're doing. I just I like the last thing I reviewed was The Yellow Wallpaper, which is one of my favorite short stories of all time. But it was written in in the 19th century, and it's in the public domain now, so I don't have to. I didn't even have to worry about it. It's free on the internet. The entire short story is free on the internet.
Also, if hashtag not sponsored, but if you want to get a good resource of things that are in the public domain, Gutenberg.org, Project Gutenberg. They've got bunch of free ebooks of stuff that's in the public domain.
Nice, thank you for that. That's good.
Yeah.
And hey,
and you can download it to any e-reader.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, so we're going almost an hour and a half. Well, about an hour and 25 minutes now.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm conscious you've got a stream to set up for in about half an hour or so, haven't you, Ring? So So I'm probably going to start winding this thing up. So I'll just go around the room. Julie, you got anything to shill? Obviously we know you're doing videos tonight, so noon Central U.S. time, 1 Pacific U.S. time, 1 whatever. Anyway, this damn stupid numbers and time zones. I think it's around 3 p.m. in the UK or something. I don't know. Anyway, later today, in about 3.5 hours, Junk Shop and I will be on Sit with Debunkers with Ilya and Punchy and all those folks, and that should be awesome. And then Tuesday, I've got a Wine and Reason, and I'm going to be talking about secret police in the U.S. now, who are snatching people off the street in Portland.
Portland.
My country is turning into something like from a 40s war movie, and I'm terrified. I I read about this, the first I heard of this, I looked at Junk Shop. I was like, "Is it time to go? Is it time?" Because
Come to
I was a
Denmark.
history minor. If it's time to bug out, let's freaking bug out now while we still can. But no,
Orange Brother is double plus good.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Orange Brother is double plus good.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Amanda. Unfortunately, we're just kind of winding up right now. Actually, Amanda.
Oh,
Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Love you.
That's
all that's all I've got going on. Junk Shop's got improv Bible study Monday, Wednesday, and I think Friday as well now.
Okay. Hopswatch, what you got coming up, my friend?
Yeah, I've been a bit of a holiday lately because I've got from my channel because I got so much work all of a sudden after being unemployed. I actually and there's actually I may be getting an actual job. I've been in substitute positions for a long time, and now I've just been working my ass off and making a good impression of where I am. So they more than implied that they want to actually hire me on a permanent contract. So that's why I haven't had so much time working on my channel. I will, however, if everything turns out in a short time, it will go on. I will appear on, let's just call it a major channel. And it's going to happen on Tuesday. However, it's not going to be live. It's going to be recorded and then put out on that major channel later on. Let's just say that the initials of that major channel is AR. And it's going to be about our favorite preacher, my favorite preacher, Torben Søndergaard. Yes, I'm going to make a little expose of him, and I really look forward to that. That's all I've got planned. I'm taking it very much ad hoc right now. If I feel like doing something, I'll do something, but I'm concentrating on other things right now because I want my life, so to say, straightened out, and now it's actually getting straightened out. So YouTube is a hobby for me, and will remain that until I get more subscribers. Like and subscribe, and always remember to drink responsibly. Until next time.
Well, before I get to the last person, I just noticed a good friend of mine is in the chat. I'll just show her channel out. Mama Atheist, and I believe she's got something coming on later. So she's got Robert Reed on tonight and talking about why the South fucking sucks. Her words,
I am
mine,
here for it.
So obviously, Amanda, Mama Atheist, good friend, personal friend of mine, and friend of this channel. We all know Amanda. So so I left it to ring last because you have something more immediate coming up.
Yes,
you'd like to share.
So, quick last minute topic change for this week's media musings. Instead of doing Les Mis Part 2, we're doing an intermission. And we will be talking about Skyrim. So, in about a half hour, feel free to, jump on over and check that out. On Saturdays, usually, at 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 2:30 Central. We have secular D&D with Julie as Ailslosh. I'm the DM. Hissy plays Torin, a Dragonborn Ranger. And we also have GeoSam as a Dragonborn Barbarian and Santi the Sane as an insane Warforged Monk.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
I've just put the link in the chat. Sorry, Hops. I just put the link in the chat. That's coming up in about 30 minutes, guys. So literally, once we sign off here, once we signed off of here in a minute, guys, Anyone in the chat watching this?
Just want to ask you, Ring, did you ever see H Bomber Guy's breakdown of Skyrim?
No.
It's quite short. Or then again, it's not really. He made it as an April's Fool joke. It was called Skyrim is shit, and this is why.
Oh, okay. April Fools. It's fine. It's fine. I was offended for like half a second.
And then coming September is I'm doing Lit Month again in honor of Banned Book Week. So all the Media Musings topics will be, either classic works of literature or related to literature in some way.
If you need any help compiling the list, just shoot me an email.
Oh yeah, and you're welcome to be a guest on any of them.
Thank you.
I think for the actual Banned Book week we'll just do a topic on the topic will just be like banning books and censorship in general.
Yeah, we used to, when I was a professor, we used to do this cool thing at my university where during Banned Book Week, different professors would get up and read passages from their favorite banned books, and it was a lot of fun. So
cool. Okay, well, I'll just wind up. I don't have anything necessarily planned until next Sunday, actually, where hopefully we're hoping Hissy's going to be feeling a bit better and we'll be able to proceed with our Asterix streams, which people haven't checked because I seem to have a lot more people in the live chat actually than what we normally get. If any people are fans, or if you know anyone who are fans of Asterix comics, send them our way. Hissy and I have a lot of fun making them, making streams and doing reviews of those books. Unfortunately, they don't seem to get a lot of views, but it's one of those things that we enjoy making them.
Also, I'd say if even if you don't really know about Asterix, watch them.
Yeah. If you just like a little bit of, because we do touch on some genuine like Roman Empire history as well. So if you like a bit of like Roman history or something like that, feel free to come along. I think that, I don't like to toot my own horn too much, but I think those streams that Hissy and I do together on Asterix are really underrated. And we enjoy the hell out of making them. So hopefully Hissy's going to be feeling a bit better and up to it next week, and we'll be able to recommence as normal. If not, we'll just do another thing like this or something. But we'll. Other than that, you probably will see me on Critical Cripple's channel a few times this week, I'd imagine. Then I don't know, because in about a week's time, I'm supposed to be going back to work. So I don't know where I'm going to be about, to be honest. Then, thanks to everyone who's come on today, to Julie, Hopswatch, Ring, Punchy, and Ilya. Thanks to everybody in the chat coming on. I'm going to sign off now. And
just one last thing, to Mama Atheist. Yeah, the reason I used like big jugs is because actual water bottles are like too small for me. Like when I wake up, I sleep with my mouth open. I get all dried out, so I drink like half a gallon as soon as I wake up. So
it's good to be hydrated.
I've got this like petite little thing here. So
yeah. Like if I have an actual like water bottle sized water bottle, I'd be like leaving to refill it all the time.
Although Manta may have just ruled that I may actually be banned from Dave's channel. So just for humour, just so people know, Manda and I've had a little friendly rivalry going on, because we just kind of realised that both of us had been, between the two of us, we'd clocked out the most hours on Dave's stream, on Dave's channel. She was ahead of me, but unfortunately Manda hasn't been well recently, and I overtook her, so I think she's wanting to get that number one spot back again. So, but But no, all joking aside, it's all in good fun that me and Manda have that little joke between ourselves. And main thing is, I hope Manda starts feeling better soon and that she's on the mend. So, but also Manda doesn't like my Jar Jar impressions I do on there.
I do not either. They're horrible. Why, Jeff? Okay.
Oh, well, you should have watched. Like I said, you should have watched Ilya's channel last night. You know, turns out The Last Jedi was not a bad movie. You'd all been Mandela'd. You had the Mandela effect.
I actually did. Well, never mind. Hey, we're winding down.
Yeah,
all right.
We're winding up.
Winding down.
Right.
Bye.
See you guys later. All right.
See you later. Bye, Jeff. Thanks.
Bye.